Baby Squirrel just knocked those books out of this next shelf, which is a shelf I could look at next. So that works out. Let's do it. Made me think I need to rearrange the books so the cats can have little tunnels about into the back of this case. I have read all of Bill Bryson more than once. He's just a really funny author. I mean, I've read all his travel logs more than once, and I think I read most of his nonfiction. I mean, it's all nonfiction, but his more like pop history nonfiction, pop science. I really like this guy, and he, like I said, he really helped me out on when we put our hike across the country together back in 2001. He lent us his name and donated to our cause, and he was just an awesome guy. He was going to hike with us because we were going to be on the Appalachian Trail, but we ended up taking back roads instead because one of our hikers was injured and we had to push him in a wheelchair. Anyway, but I've always kind of wished he would let his humor seep into his scholarly stuff, but I kind of see why he does it. He wants to be taken seriously when he does the factual stuff. This is about traveling in Europe. I think this was one of his early ones when he was young. And the character of Katz, who's later very important in A Walk in the Woods, nonfiction figure, is in this one, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Undoubtedly the most enjoyable travel book of the year. Travel writing is cool because it can very easily become just like someone's blog, and that's interesting. But it's not high art. And he's just very funny. I laugh out loud at Bill Bryson a lot. Sometimes I'm like, okay, boomer, here and there, as I am with everyone of my parents' generation. He can complain about the music while he's driving through New Mexico, for instance. I'm like, come on. Sorry, Bill Bryson. But I'm a big fan overall. I could probably do a Bill Bryson shelf, which is interesting. Yeah. Okay, this looks interesting. Columbus, his enterprise. Oh my gosh, and look at the cover photo. Not photo, image. Yeah, this is one of those old cameras that makes engravings, wood engravings, from a long time ago. Kurt Vonnegut said, I think your book on Christopher Columbus is important. I'm more grateful for that book than any other book I've read in a couple of years. Wow. Fascinating reading. Wow. Most of us have been taught that Christopher Columbus was a courageous visionary hero. Hans Koning explodes that myth in presenting the greed, cruelty, and beginnings of Europe's imperialism embodied in the man and his mission. And it's a beautiful little book. It's got images. I need to read this. I want to read this. That's this channel's motto. It's logline. I need to read this. I want to read this. If I ever make merch, that's going on there. Because I do find myself saying that all the time. I looked at these in a free box for Ferlinghetti Poems video. A book about Nietzsche. I've read a biography of him before. Was it this one? Dang, this is a beautiful book. The Wolves of North America. My neighbors are always yelling about something. Dover, 1944. Man, Dover's just been at it forever. Must be a reprint, though. Reprint published in 1964. This could be from later, though. When I was a kid, I once went to the Dover headquarters warehouse in New York with my mom, and it was so awesome. And she let me buy all the Color Fairy books from Andrew Lang, at least all the ones that they had. I still have them. That is the foundation of my love of story right there. Those books are amazing. Even though in high school, my friend Laura used to always mock that I had them in my room. Look at Mike's fairy book collection. Look, he's got the orange fairy book. He's got the crimson fairy book. He's got the yellow fairy book. He's got the red fairy book. Like, Laura, stop it. He's got the brown fairy book and the green fairy book and, of course, the gray fairy book. Cut it out. They're really cool. They're myths. Bunch of Philistines in my life. Okay, this book is so good. Elisa Gabbert, she's an essayist I kind of got to know through Twitter, through the last gasp hurrah era of Twitter. I'm not on there anymore, I don't think. Well, I can't log back in and don't really like it at the moment. I don't know. Will I get back on it? Don't really want to support its owner. I'll probably start a Blue Sky account, but anyway, this is The Unreality of Memory and Other Essays by Elisa Gabbert. It's a beautiful essay collection by a top talent. She's in Denver. And we've had some interactions online. I feel bad. I was supposed to review this book and get back to her, and I never did. I think my life was just kind of overwhelming at that time or something. Something was going on. Sorry, Elisa Gabbard, if you ever see this, you're a great writer. This book is awesome. This is an excellent modern essay collection that will make you think so much about global warming and about humans' place in it all, about what we can do and what we can't. It's fantastic. Doomsday pattern. See that phrase? Guess who wrote that phrase originally? Me! Look, page 21. Doomsday pattern. Check this biz out. This is an essay collection from 2020, featuring some things that have been written sometime before, too. Oh, this essay has some images. This essay is really reckoning with growing up in the last of the Cold War and with nuclear fears, etc., and the world of uncertainty that we live in today. This is heavy, pull no punches stuff. This is really thinking about the biggest subjects that matter on the page, these chapters of this book. Check this out. After we talked on Twitter about the Cold War, a writer I know named Michael Farrell Smith sent me a link to a lyric essay he wrote that includes this snippet of faux dialogue, an apt depiction of life in the pre-apocalypse. Q. Could you talk about the Challenger explosion in the context of the Cold War? A. I guess so. Well, all those shuttles were a product of the USSR